Hello everybody, HectiX here, and welcome to Enthusia. Now, it's been a while since I played this on the emulator, so I figured why not pop it in. We haven't actually done a circuit racer here on the channel. It's been nothing but street racing this entire time, so let's actually do a proper Gran Turismo-esque, Forza-esque racing game for once. So I decided to pop this one in because the career mode is relatively short. So yeah, it shouldn't take too long to finish this. Now, we start at rank 1000, so gotta get to rank 1. I'm gonna count that as 100%, rank 1, as well as the, I do believe there's a championship. You have to be level or rank 5 or higher in order for it to show up at a specific point in the game. So basically I'm gonna see if I can hit rank 1 and beat that championship, and I do believe after you do the credits do roll anyway, so that will be 100% considering there is no technical end to this game. You can play as long as you want, unlock all the cars, max them all out, that sort of thing. There's no definitive end, so kinda have to do rank 1, finish the major championship at the end for the credits, and that will take care of 100%. So we'll start our new game. Enough of me rambling, I'll explain as we go along. So compared to, don't want to pick the march. Compared to Gran Turismo, this game does everything differently. So there's no car lot, or car shop, so no buying cars. The game decides to have you draw a car depending on what race you do from the cars that you've raced. It is technically random, but with the use of an emulator, I've disproved that it's not technically random. It's already decided when you go into that race what you get. It doesn't matter if you keep reshuffling it, redrawing, you're not going to actually get a different car. So yeah, it's guaranteed what you end up with. Now, I've pretty much used the Cosmo or the Cappuccino and the Beat every single time. So I think, you know what, let's do some hilarity at the beginning. Let's pick this Toyota Estima hybrid minivan here, just for a laugh. There we go. Does it come in any other color? Oh, yeah, it does. Perfect. All of these are pretty bland. But then again, what do you expect? So we'll go in that. I can only get an automatic. I can't even have a semi-auto. Holy crow. So there we go. Good choice. Well, not really. So yeah, by doing races, obviously your ranking goes up, and the odds in this game is the kicker on how you do this. So basically how it works is the greater the odds, as you can see down there below at the bottom, the higher the number, the less likelihood it is for you in your current vehicle to win that race. So sometimes it is actually better to have not a slower car and come in, let's say, third, than it is to pick a faster car and come in first. So it kind of forces you not to have the fastest car. It's better to have the middle group, if anything, and then do races with that. Whereas having the faster car, you're guaranteed to win. Yeah, it's not as encouraged, but kind of sucks when you have those really cool cars and, well, kind of makes sense not to use them, right? So that's a bit of a dampener there. But we'll do this one first, the Novice Challenge. We have the greatest likelihood at losing. In fact, we're on pole. So it does a reverse grid order, so the slower the car, the further ahead you start. So yeah, let's see, what can we win? Alpha Spider, 2002 Turbo, would not mind getting my hands on that. G-Wagon, Camaro, and a Stingray. So out of this grouping, I want the 2002 Turbo or the Stingray. That would be a nice addition. But I'm willing to bet we're probably going to get the Alfa Romeo here. I would not be surprised. So let's do our first race. Now, in terms of the physics, it's interesting to say the least. At least to me, it feels like the cars do have actual weight to them, but they feel like they're floating as well at the same time, which that probably sounds a bit strange, but yeah, they do feel a little bit floaty at times with the physics and when you're turning and whatnot, so they can be a bit of a pain to get used to. So yeah, that is my only major critique with this game, outside of the not really being able to use those really high-end fast cars that you really want to use, just because it ends up actually lowering your Enthusia ranking. And there's another thing to mention now that I went off. There's also a thing called Enthu points, or Enthusia points is what I'm going to call it because it's easier to say. But going off track, hitting walls, hitting cars, your points go down gradually. So depending on what you do, the higher, or the more points you lose, I should say. So basically it's a way to promote clean racing, and that's pretty much it. It does actually go back up. It's not like once you hit 0, that's it, you're done. But if you do hit 0, I do believe have to take a week off, or that races, or the races for that week are no-shows. So yeah, it does gradually come back. After you do races, you get a certain amount back. After, if you change cars, for example, or take a rest for the week, you get points back that way as well. So yeah, I don't know what happens if you hit 0 mid-race. I've never done that. Typically, I don't go below half, typically. So I don't think I'll go below half. I'm not really a dirty racer in this game. Now, even though I had the lowest odds at winning this race, I'm currently a mile ahead. Now, what it seemed like from the bit of audio testing I did, you could pick the worst starting car, which I actually don't know what it would be out of the grouping, but you could pick the worst starting car and you are pretty much guaranteed first place. Oop, there's a wall tap. So yeah, because you're just going to absolutely decimate the competition in your first race, so it doesn't really take an effect until your second race and after the actual tutorial is finished, because this is considered tutorial, I do believe. But yeah, hopefully this, excuse me, throat's starting to die. Hopefully this actual station wagon and or van is half decent for a little bit. I've actually never driven it, so this is going to be strange, beating, as you can see, a bunch of really good cars with a hybrid minivan. Because, you know, that normally happens all the time. So there we go. Now this is just to show you just what happened during the race kind of thing, if you hit any walls, that sort of stuff. So typically I just glaze over this, there's really no point. So we'll move on to the next portion to explain. Again, I've mentioned the car raffle thing, so hopefully we get something actually half decent. Oh, we got the Camaro. I actually thought it would stop on the G-Wagon there for a second, but I'll take a Camaro. And it's the more modern Camaro. Okay, not the new generation Camaro that everyone is now mostly familiar with. So whether or not I end up using that Camaro, I don't know. I'm also surprised that we won a C-Class car right out the gate. That's impressive. So basically, as I explained, if you go off the track, hit things, you lose points. So there we go, we got 111 points. And also I do believe depending on your assists, you get more points as well. So there we go. So we got to level up. So this is how we get more Enthusia points and are also regen back a little bit as well, the recovery rate, as you can see. And this game also does tuning a bit differently. Now, since, again, there's no car dealership, so there's no actual tuning shop, so you get points for the car that you're currently driving, and depending on what point level you hit, unlocks the next tuning upgrade. So the order is weight, tires, and then power, and then it goes back to the beginning. So when you hit max level, which is 10, instead of excuse me, instead of getting another upgrade, you just get 25 extra points, I do believe, for max level. So it does give you a little bit of extra points there for your driver level at the end, but yeah, here's where it takes into account the odds and whatnot. So 67 points for that, not very much, but we went up, what was that, almost 40? We went up 36 in the ranking. So there we go. Well, 42 almost. Wait, 42? Really? I didn't hit, I didn't 960, so I didn't go up 42. I'm confused. Anyway, so let's actually move on to the next race. So yeah, that's basically the premise of the game, and also based on what ranking you hit unlocks the next stages there, as you can see. So even though we just did the Novice Challenge on Rev City, that is the best point odds, so kind of got to do that again. So what do we got? Smart, Touareg, however you want to pronounce it. Toyota Sema or Nissan Sema, I can't remember what brand. Volvo, and ooh, an S13, not bad, not bad. So let's do another 2 laps around Rev City. I also just realized I forgot to put my timer next to me. Sorry, I just need a drink. But yeah, I forgot to put my timer next to me, so I have no idea how long I've been recording for. It's probably been, what, like 10 minutes or so? So I do plan to go to the typical 30 to 45 minute mark like I normally do. I'd rather not have an hour session on this game for one episode, especially right at the beginning. But yeah, shouldn't be a long playthrough. I'd say, what, 10 to 15 parts, potentially? Maybe 20? I really don't expect it to go much longer than that, considering it doesn't take long to get to the top 100 and top 50 in terms of ranking. So yeah, it shouldn't take too long to do that. Maybe just like a couple hours of record time in total. So yeah, shouldn't take too long to get into the high ranking tier. Pardon the brakes. Now I could go tune this thing a little bit in terms of settings, because that is a thing you can still do in this game. So might end up trying to fiddle with that off screen to try and get the front to turn a little bit more. After all, it is a front wheel drive, so the more actual steering I get, the better. So gonna put some negative toe at the front and hope that helps a bit. So there we go. Another lap done. Final lap to go. And we're miles ahead of the guy in second. Oh my god. Yeah, 7 seconds. Pretty much. Come on, don't hit the wall. Dang it. Just kind of hoping for a clean race. Oh well. After this, we should have enough points to get a tire upgrade, which will help. It'll help with all this understeer I'm getting. There we go. Actually made that corner properly this time. That's nice. Typically well, since I started playing this game again, yeah, I've been messing that corner up, so there we go. Yeah, definitely want probably a bit more front brake bias as well. That would help a little bit, considering it's kind of making the back end step out a bit too much for my liking. Probably will also change the button configuration if I can. I don't know if I want to use X for acceleration for this game. I think I might just end up making that the R2 and L2 buttons for braking and throttle, so I'll have to change my shift buttons as well in the process, but there we go. Absolutely decimated that S13, but he probably got held up with the traffic, so that probably more than likely helped with my cause there. So there we go. It's another race done. So let's see, what's our second win? Now you can also get nothing, I should point that out. Oh, we got the Volvo. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Another C-Class car. Now also with this draw system, you basically have a different playthrough every time. So basically you're not going to get the same cars as somebody else that may do a playthrough of the game. So everything is completely different every time. So that's actually good for playability, definitely. But it does make it... oh, we even got a power upgrade, perfect. But it does make it a bit of a pain with having that raffle system with, let's say you want a specific car. You can't really get it. Like, just go out and get it. You have to have a race with that particular vehicle, and then on top of that, you need to actually get lucky in the lucky draw to actually get it. So, yeah, if you want anything super specific, you gotta get quite lucky that it gives it to you. So, yeah, that is a little bit of a drawback, but not something super bad. And oh, hello! We've made it to Tier 4 now. Perfect. There are a few real-world circuits, because here's Tsukuba. There's also the Nordschleife is in here. So, as far as I know, those are the only 2 real-world circuits. The rest are all fictional. So, we're going to do this one just because the odd system. I'm actually surprised. Oh, 6.1. I do get better odds, but you do get more points for the higher tiers, so I'm actually just going to do this one, even though I have apparently really good odds at winning. Even though I'm on pole. Okay. So, oh, Scion's there. The Astro. I think that'll be a fun one to use. Odyssey and the El Grande. I hope I get the GMC Astro. I really do. I just think that would be hilarious to beat people in. I think that'd be more funny than this freaking hybrid. We get 84 points for coming in first. If we come in first. Also should take a sip of my water. Okay. Here we go. Now hopefully the music and audio are still okay, because this song does sound a bit louder than the previous one, which is a bit concerning. Oh god. That's a terrible first corner by me. I'm also, I should point out, I'm terrible at this track. This is not one of my good circuits by any means. Yeah, this thing has a lot of body roll. But at least it picks up a little bit more speed now with that power upgrade. Yeah, this thing also, once the revs drop low, that's not good. So, yeah. My driving style with the whole feathering the throttle to try and keep it going at a particular speed, not very good for this car. Well, if you can even call it a car. It's a minivan, so don't know if that's if that would classify as a car or a truck. Neither. So I think that's its own category if I'm not mistaken, obviously. There we go. Let's actually make this corner appropriately. There we go. Through the chicane, don't tap the wall. That was close. Now, As far as I know, there's no look back button either. I've been trying to find one for ages, but there isn't one. The only time that you get a look back button is if you're in bumper cam here. There's a rear view mirror, but I don't know, I used to drive like this as a kid with like Gran Turismo and whatnot, but yeah, I just can't get used to doing this anymore, so yeah, we will be seeing the vehicle. And I know a lot of people like to see the vehicle when watching these kind of things, so that's a bonus. Cannot remember what the handbrake button is, so yeah, I would have ripped the handbrake, but I don't remember. Okay, I'm guessing it's R1. So I'm getting the button there, or the little icon there at the bottom. Now, as to be expected, this thing does not have any top end whatsoever. Kinda just loses it at, what, 80 miles an hour? This thing is not very quick. But what do you expect? It's a hybrid, and I'm guessing this thing has a CVT since I don't have to shift. So yeah, CVT not very good for racing. Economy fantastic. Racing, not a chance. Now, if somebody actually designs a actual competitive race car with a CVT, I'll be very impressed. Considering being able to take that amount of strain from that amount of power, yeah, that would be very, very impressive. Okay, rip the handbrake, there we go. It is still weird to me just hearing the constant rev, and that's it. Because you really just want to shift up the entire time, but you can't. It just sounds so weird. Did the chicane again poorly. That was a very terrible chicane. We are still quite a good distance ahead of second place, even though we had the odds to lose this race, definitely. Now, I should also point out the odds I don't believe change based on the tuning level of your car. So if you have a level 10 vehicle with maxed out tuning, I do believe the odd system still is the same as if it was a stock vehicle. I don't know for certain. I'm gonna take that as a guess. Don't quote me on that. For those of you that are more familiar with the game, feel free to correct me on that. But I do believe it doesn't take into consideration your tuning level. So there we go. Now let's see if we can get that Astrovan, even though it came dead last. I am surprised. I'm guessing that would be a D category class car. I would not be surprised. I'd be impressed if it was a C class, to be honest with you. But here we go. Let's see what we got. Hey, we got the Astro. Perfect. Oh, yep, D class, as you would expect. Why did I say GMC? It's a Chevy. I might be thinking of something else. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Whoops. Probably get ridiculed for that, I wouldn't be surprised. And there we go. So there's another level up. So what do we get? Just a weight reduction, but I am gonna switch to the D-Class GM, or G-Class, wow, D-Class Chevy Astrovan. There we go. See, haven't really played for very long. We've already went up at least 100 in the ranking. It really doesn't take that long. So yeah, let's quickly change car. We'll do one more race, and then I'll call it a part. So all the way over here. Now these would be fantastic cars to use, but no, let's use the Astrovan. Why? Just because we can. I'm guessing... Oh, no, it does actually come in other colors. I think I'm going to put it in blue. It's a lot better to look at. And I can put it in semi-auto. Brilliant. So, didn't lose any ranking. It's too early in the game to do that. We're not a high enough ranking for it. So, there we go. So we have all-wheel drive, and we're in a heavy-ass van. This is going to be brilliant. So, naturally aspirated limited race with the highest odds. Another race around Rev City. I'd rather... Oop, right. That is not the back button. It's square in this game. I keep forgetting that. I do want to showcase each circuit if I can. So... yeah, let's do this one. Just because we've done 2 races at Rev City already, I'd rather not just do nothing but that. So we'll get 74 points for this. That's not too bad. Ooh, a Lancia 037, classic Mustang. Take that. Jaguar E-Type, and a Copen. So the shoe makes an appearance. So, should be fairly straightforward. Hopefully we don't lose too badly. I do know that 037 is very, very quick. So here we go. Heavy-ass minivan. Now the AI is a bit weird at trying to pass, so hopefully... Oop. We can use that to our advantage. Oop. Oh god. Trying to get off the wall and being pushed at the same time doesn't help. There we go. Now I do apologize since I'm using a very large vehicle if nobody can see ahead of the actual vehicle itself, so yeah, this is going to take a little bit to get used to. There we go. I'm surprised we're keeping up as well as we are with the Mustang. Now hopefully we can pass him if we're lucky, but... oh god, turn. Here we go. Yeah, we're actually not doing too bad keeping up with him. Can't really see where he is though ahead of me when I get too close. A little bit of wheel spin there. Also one tire fire at the front. Which I am surprised considering this thing is all-wheel drive. Well, we're definitely out-cornering him, surprisingly. Got a much better run through there. Just trying to think of a good place to see if I can pass him without hitting him if I can. Do some sensible racing for once. Yeah, here's where he's just gonna pull a gap on me. Well, we've cleared a gap to the rest of the field, which is good, so basically we're either getting first place or we're getting second. I'm fine with either because we get more than enough points. Would be nice to get first and beat a classic Mustang in this, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Unless I get super lucky on this last lap. That's probably too quick. Dang it. Now I think I'm gonna try the bumper cam just so I can see. Because I do want to see if I can pass him. But with the size of this vehicle, it's kind of hard to see what's ahead, so... Oop, getting right up on his back bumper. Dang it. I'm close. I'm actually quite close. I'm actually surprised that this is such a good fight between the two of us. Can I get him here? Maybe? Come on. Power. To quote Jeremy Clarkson. There we go, we got him. Now let's not... Ooh, that doesn't help. I was about to say let's not throw it away, but... should be good the rest of the way. Even though he does have more power. There we go. And we passed him cleanly, so that's what I'm happy about. In fact, actually, it would have been a lot harder with the Accord and the 037 up at the front. I guess they struggled to get past that E-type. I'm actually impressed that the 037 came in last. That's a bit sad. Now, hopefully we didn't lose too many points to level this vehicle up a bit. But let's see what we got. Hey, we got the Mustang. Nice. I think that's going to be a C-class again, right? No, that's considered a D-class. Really? Okay. Well, it's definitely got better performance than this, but yeah, I'm going to keep what I'm in. So we didn't even level up the car in this race. That's concerning. But there we go, we got 74 points. Ranking increased by 40, even though I still think it's actually more since we were at 8. No, actually no. I actually don't remember what exactly we were at, I didn't pay attention. There we go, got our points back. Some of our points back. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this first episode. So hopefully you all enjoyed the start of this hopefully small series. But with that, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.